Myself, Professor Rakesh Patel from the Department of Civil Engineering, KLS VDIT Hyderabad. I welcome to the lecture series on groundwater hydraulics. Subject code is 17CV742, 7th semester, model number 2. Today we are going to discuss about lecture number 13. In previously we have discussed one-dimensional flow as well as specific fluid and specific retention from the aquifer, as well as we have discussed the Darcy's law. In today's class, we are going to discuss anisotropic layered soil. Anisotropic layered soil means geological formation with distinguished layers of sedimentary material can exhibit electrical entropies, electrical conductivity in one direction. So it's a continuation of a class of a one-dimensional flow of water through the soil. In today's class, we are going to discuss about porous mediums. Porous mediums means which allows the fluid pass through the layers. Anisotropy means it's a property of a material which can allows it to change or assume different properties in different directions as a opposed to in anisotropy. An example of an isotropy is light coming through the polarized. Another is wood, which is easier to split along its grain than across it. So what does it mean? It means the allowing liquid through pass through it. It is saturated soil. It's assumed that each individual layer is a homogeneous and isotropic. The coefficient of a permeability of each layer is different from other layers. So for these type of soil, the average coefficient of a permeability for a whole soil is deposit in to be determined. It can be defined as a difference in the soil one soil physical property along different directions. Anisotropic soil does not have the physical properties when the directions of measurement is changed. So what is the difference between isotropic and anisotropic? Isotropic is the property of a material identical in all directions. Anisotropic property of a material depends on the direction. For example, soil you can take or a wood you can take. So what are the factors? The degree of orientation or anisotropic factors I is defined as the difference between principal value and bulk and surface molecular orientation distribution in the injection molded liquid crystalline polymer. In that we have another term that stratified soil. Stratified soils are those that are characterized by abrupt property changes at the various depths within the potential active root zone. These changes in dimension of a space between soil particles affect water and air movement and can limit the depth of the active root zone. And what is a homogeneous soil? Homogeneous soil means by nature are non-homogeneous media, and anisotropic is in general. This means that their properties vary within relative short distance in the vertical and horizontal direction. The soil is treated as a homogeneous and isotropic medium. That means what is a semi-infinite soil? Semi-infinite soil means depth of the soil is finite but area is infinite. Semi-infinite is an assumption to work out the parameters of the soil. So how does it behave? It behaves the anisotropy is the property of the material which allows it change or assume different properties in the different direction as opposed to isotropy. So let's see what all things are there in today's class. So to understand isotropy and anisotropy, we are supposed to understand the permeability. So I have taken the permeability seepage as an example for today's class. For permeability overview of underground water flow. So today's topics are overview of underground water flow, permeability theory, laboratory and field test. We can take one example as a laboratory test, then empirical correlation, equivalent permeability certified soil. So what is a seepage? Seepage is in seepage we will understand flow nets, seepage calculation, seepage presence and uplift pressure, seepage through earthen dam. So permeability is overview. You can see in this direction. For permeability, we are supposed to understand the hydraulic cycle. So what does hydraulic cycle do? It evaporates, condensed and precipitates. Then infiltration takes place. There starts the isotropic and anisotropic feature. So what is the permeability? Permeability is the properties of soil, allows water to pass through them at the same rate, is a product of a granular nature of a soil. All through it can be affected by other factors such as water bonding in clays. Different soil have different permeabilities. Understanding of which is critical to the use of soil is a foundation or a structural element. Soil and rock are porous materials. You can see in this diagram how this permeability works. When you have a different grain sizes, that grains allows the water to seep inside the material. You can see here. This is called permeable. Fluid flows takes place through interconnected void spaces between particles and not through the particles themselves. No soil or rock material is strictly impermeable. To study flow of water through the porous media is necessary for estimation of seepage loss, estimation for water pressure, evaluation quicksand condition, dewatering system design, drainage system design. You can see in this diagram. Here what happens, the seepage, whatever seepage has been taken place here, seepage to the body of a dam. So wherever the bunds will be there, that time the seepage takes the maximum of angles. That effect you can see, the waves like effect you can see here. It's just one example I have given. So for that you are supposed to understand the Bernoulli's theory. Bernoulli's theory is nothing but pressure head and velocity head can be evaluate for the gravitational potential component. That can be written as Ht equals to Py by W plus V2 by 2G plus Z. That whole equals to zeros. Here you can see as Darcy's law, already we have discussed Darcy's law. In Darcy's law what happens, we will be having a two hydraulic gradients to reduce the pressure. Here you can see the pressure head will be there, then the flow of water from the material will be there. This K equals to delta H by L will be the total head, that is Darcy's law. For the hydraulic gradient, we can take it as a I equals to the delta H by L, capital L. So Darcy's law, in 1856, Darcy published a simple equation for discharge velocity of water through saturated soil, which may be expressed as V equals to Ki, where V is discharge velocity, is quantity of water flowing in a unit time through a unit gross minus sectional area of a soil at the right angle to the direction of flows. K is nothing but the coefficient of permeability. So what I can do is it is the flow condition under the which the pressure at the conic or any point in the reservoir remains constant over the time. This flow condition prevails when the pressure funnel shows in this figure has propagated to constant pressure boundary. For groundwater flow in the x direction in confined aquifer, you can take it as an example. You can see this in this diagram. So I have taken as a confined aquifer. For the confined aquifer, this is the ground surface. This is the one borewell point where water will be pumped continuously. For confined aquifer, what I will do, I will take it as this portion as the aquifer, where water flow will be continuous will be there. Then, however, the pressure decreases, like that drawdown value increases. You are supposed to understand this drawdown value, because at every point of the pressure, however the pressure changes, like that water flow will be changes. However the flow of water will be changes, like that drawdown value also increases. You can see here, if you have a less pressure here, less pressure in the pumping, then drawdown value will be higher, lower. However, the pumped value, pumping of the material will be more, like that the drawdown value will be increases. Here you can take it as a one layered saturated soil, one layered anisotropic layered soil. I have taken here as a 5 different layers of the soil, stratified soil. Here what happens, whatever the above layer will be there, the flow direction will be same as compared to the height of the area. Like that, each and every stratification, the pressure changes. For that, we can take it as a isotropic medium. It represents two orthogonal families of a curve, that is the flow lines and equidistant lines. Flow line is the line along which water particles will travel from upstream to downstream side. In the permeability soil, in the permeable soil, in this permeable soil medium, equipotential lines is the line along which potential head at all the points is the same. What happens for the different hydraulic pressure? There, hydraulic conductivity is the physical property which measures the ability of the material to transmit fluid through pore spaces and fracture in the presence of a applied hydraulic gradient. Hydraulic gradient, capital small K at the easy with a, it is the ease with a which water is conducted through porous material. So what happens in saturated soil hydraulic conductivity? All pores are contributing to flexures, permeable driven by gravitational force, less common state of a flow in soil. So what are the application? Runoff modeling and ground flows. For the coefficient of permeability, the coefficient of permeability of a soil describes how easily a liquid will move through the soil. It is also commonly referred to hydraulic conductivity of a soil. These factors affected by the viscosity or thickness of a liquid and its density. That can be written as small k equals to QL by AH, where K is coefficient of permeability in centimeter per second, Q is discharge centimeter cube per second, L is length of a specimen in centimeter, A is cross-sectional area of a specimen in centimeter, H is constant head causing flow in centimeter. Then we have a types of soil where the flow movement of water will be different one. Like clean gravel will be having a 1.0 to 100.0. Coarse sand will be having potential of coefficient will be having 1.0 to 0.001, whereas fine sand 0.01 to 0.001. Silty material 0.001 to 0.0001. In clay, less than all the materials. So that's all from today's class. Thank you very much. In next class, we will see how this hydraulic head can be calculated. Thank you very much.